Facebook's lookalike audiences, the customers you didn't know you had. Hey guys, this is Zach from Yas, and today I want to talk to you about, Facebook's new lookalike audiences. So, what are Facebook's lookalike audiences? Basically, how it boils down, Facebook is a giant organization that has data on every single person on their platform. So when you sign up for Facebook originally with your personal email, from then on, of course, you log in, you like videos, you like posts, you share posts, you follow groups and pages that you like. Every time you do something like that, Facebook gets a little bit more information on you. Now, to some that can be a little bit scary, but from personal experience, what I like about this sort of thing is that with these analytics, Facebook and even Google can actually start to show you ads that are relevant to you. I always go back to this story. I remember when I was a kid, I would watch late night cartoons on the weekend, and they were always showing me these ads. They were for, I think the company was called Quest or something, and it was, I think, adult phone lines. And I know that their target audience wasn't an 11 or 13-year-old kid, but I was watching those cartoon channels, and that's what I was seeing. I would much rather see something, as an 11 or 13-year-old, toys or playing cards, anything like that, but now that's a lot more possible given these levels of analytics. So Facebook has this huge profile on you, right? They know your demographic, they know what you like, they even know whether or not you are an online shopper. So what's amazing about this is that with the new lookalike audiences feature, you can show Facebook who your best customers are. They'll take all of those, they'll compare and contrast them, and what they'll spit out is, they don't really show you this part, but they're going to take all of the similarities of what makes your best customers your best customers. So when you hook up the Facebook Pixel on your website, so the Facebook Pixel is a little bit of code that they created that kind of reads the analytics of everyone and of course compares it to that giant database of information that Facebook already has. So when you put the Facebook Pixel on your website, somebody goes to your website and makes a purchase, that triggers Facebook that this type of person is willing to purchase on your website. Now multiply that by 1,000 people purchasing on your website, and what you have is an awesome data-driven profile for the people who should be your customers. Facebook's lookalike audience can now take that information and show your ads to people that fit that bill. So that's not only people who like your style of product, that's people who like your product and have shown that they're willing to buy online if that's what you are selling in an e-commerce or something like that. If you are a service-based, they're going to look at people who are interested in they're going to look at people who are interested in your service and who have in the past filled out contact forms like yours. The other way that you can do this that they've included is to upload a list of emails that you already have. So if you've been running a lead magnet on your website, if you have customers who leave their emails just when they walk into your store, you can put those in. What's really cool, I mentioned earlier that Facebook, everyone who makes a Facebook account starts with that email. So when they share that email with you, it might just be one line of information, but Facebook can take that and figure out all of the other stuff that the Facebook Pixel would find out. So lookalike audiences, basically they can just build you a brand new audience that's exactly like your best customers, whether that's through the Facebook Pixel or through a list of emails. So why do you need this? It's kind of obvious in this case. There's really no reason to not want to market to people who Facebook thinks are more likely to purchase. With every kind of marketing throughout time, you've kind of just been throwing business cards out into the wind and hoping it sticks. But we've finally come to a place where a computer can pick your customers for you in a way that is, backed up and proven by data and evidence that it's going to work. So if you want to expand your audience, or even if you have started selling products or services in a new province, new country, new city, you can take the audience from this city, get Facebook to run their analytics on it, and you can create a similar audience in a different place. So it's super powerful, almost seemingly magical stuff that they can do with this. So yeah, like there's no reason for you not to get started on this today. So for the next portion of the video, now that you realize that you do need one of these campaigns, I'm going to kind of flip over, show you my screen, and I'm going to run you through how to set up both the Facebook Pixel way to do this and how to upload client emails into there so that you can start building your own Facebook lookalike. I always forget the word lookalike. It seems so easy, but I'm always like, similar audiences? Anyway, so you can start setting up your lookalike audience today. All right, so here I am in the Facebook audience library, audiences list. To get here, if you are either in the Ad Center or the Business Center, from this hamburger menu up in the top left, click that drop down. You'll see over under Assets, your first option here is Audiences. So we'll go ahead and give that a click. So from here in the Audience Library, you've got an option over on the left here, this button that says Create Audience. Give that a click. You can see from here they've now got the option to create a lookalike audience. If we click that, we will be taken to this kind of pop-up here. So the first thing we can do is if we click in this box here, it will actually give us a list of the Facebook pixels that we've already set up. You can see here this middle one as well is actually being brought in from a product catalog from a Shopify store that we are hooked up to. So if you have any of those, you can click them directly from here. If you don't already have the Facebook pixel and you just wanted to use a CSV of emails, you would actually click this little button here that says Create New Source. This will give you a drop-down menu and you'll click Custom Audience, which will bring up this list. There's quite a few options on this. To be honest, I have only so far used the customer list option, so that's what I will show you how to do. I always click use a file that doesn't include lifetime value. Chances are you probably don't have that information in your CSV. If you do, of course, go ahead and click on that first option. So we'll click there. So it'll bring up this box here. So I will just come over to my other screen and bring in this example sheet here, drop it in this box to upload the file. You'll see it appears there. You can name your audience from here. This is just an example, so I will not. You do, before you can click next, have to select your original data source. For me, these would have been emails I got directly from my customers, so I will click that option. You can click next. From here, you'll see a few instances of the information from your spreadsheet. So the most important one, of course, is the rows of emails, and you can see that Facebook already automatically knows that I got these from, that these fields are emails. The first one, though, I actually put examples as names. It isn't sure what to classify these as, possibly because they've got first name and last name rather than just name. To be honest, it wouldn't really matter if I didn't upload the names, because it really is only the email that's super important to them. Of course, if you have other demographic information like where people live, how old they are, their gender, stuff like that could be important, but Facebook in general knows all of that stuff already. So we will click Upload and Create. It'll tell you that you have one that you weren't choosing to upload, which is fine. Upload anyway. And after a couple seconds, you will get this completed dialog. From here, you can either go in to create an ad, which I'm not really sure why I would do that right now, so let's go ahead and create a lookalike audience instead. So this will bring you back to kind of that first page, and if you were following along for the Facebook pixel part, they both end the same way here. So once you've got your data lookalike source, you can select where you want them. So for me, I would say, let's target customers in, let's just say all of Canada. I mean, it would be more important for you usually to pick more specific areas, but that will do for now. So that the kind of last option that you have here is your audience size. You'll see these kind of percents. From all the research I've done, videos I've watched, people generally say to stick to kind of that 1%. That's going to give you the smallest reach, but it's going to be the most relevant. So we'll click Create Audience from there. Oh, in this case, it says that your source is too small. So actually, the reason that that's displaying is because of my 100 example emails, a bunch of them were actually the same. So just make sure that you are uploading, a proper amount there. All right, so I will exit out of that. And that is basically it. From there, when you are making new ads, when you're selecting your audiences, you can click on Custom Audiences and select the one that you just made. Alright, so that wraps things up for me. I hope you enjoyed this kind of half tutorial, half explaining why you need to use this new feature. As always, if you have any questions at all or anything that you'd like me to talk about, please comment either in the comments on this YouTube video, or if you're watching this in my blog, please comment there, or even just send me an email or call me directly. I always love to talk. So, as always, my name is Zach here at Yas, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.